Okay, today we're going to be doing kind of a small rant. Um, I've noticed for the past 2 days on the website that I'm currently on, and I'm on most often, but I have noticed there's a lot of crazy fangirls out there, and a lot of them need to learn how to chill out. It is seriously annoying whenever I see literally all on my feed that they are going crazy over one person just because something has happened in their personal life. Personally, I think they should just leave them alone. It's that person's life, and they literally have no chance of ever dating them, because there is a pretty good reason why a lot of artists don't like to date their fans, and a lot of them confess to wanting to never date a fan, and that is because the possibility of them being a psycho. And if they're psycho, that can normally lead to stuff like abusive relationships and all that, because the fan would possibly try to control them. Because if you've ever seen in the movies and everything that one psycho girl or whatever tries to control, like, let's say maybe an actor or something that they got lucky to be with or whatever, and that's just not ever a good thing. Two examples that I have that I can think of right off the top of my head is both the Black Veil Brides fandom and the One Direction fandom. Currently, it had been more based upon the One Direction fandom this week because of things that have happened, and it's wound up in my feed on the website that I am currently on. But they need to seriously chill. They are 14, maybe 13-year-old girls, and then they're talking about somebody who is in their 20s. There's quite the age gap there. Like, they're 14, but the person's in their 20s. I don't think that's really legal anywhere. And then the other fandom is really bad about it too, because they get so crazy over one person, which I don't know I don't know however else I could explain that. It's pretty self-centered and straightforward. But there is some fans out there who are pretty much well behaved and everything. Like, I don't think it's really necessary to go crazy whenever their favorite, let's say, singer or somebody gets in a relationship. I personally think that as long as that other person is making the singer or whoever happy, it is fine, because they're in their age range, which would be maybe up to 5 years apart, maybe less. And a lot of the times musicians and other people like that, they technically tend to go towards other people who are incredibly well known or whatever. Like, for example, I was looking on my Tumblr, and then I saw that somebody had reblogged pictures of Flor Jansen and um, Hans Van Dahl. I'm pretty sure that's his last name. I don't know. I don't really pay attention. But they are together, and that is literally the perfect example, because Flor is a singer and then Hans is a drummer. They both are in the music business, so therefore they can work together, and specifically they're in the same type of genre, so it makes it a lot easier for them to interact and all kinds of things like that. But whereas a normal person, they they probably would have this much of a chance, if any. And I know a lot of times they like to say they would date a fan, but in actuality they're probably just saying that so that people wouldn't get mad at them or whatever. It's probably incredibly scripted, like probably every interview is, because they're trying to get some form of story that's probably not actually true out there, and they just want some kind of rumor to go out to cause buzz in the fan community or whatever you want to call it. So I think a lot of the fans need to learn what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable. Being crazy over something that happened in their personal life is extremely unacceptable, and they need to know that and get a bit of a more mature head on their shoulders, if that makes any sense. Probably not, but that's the best I can describe it. And more or less, they need to just grow up. I mean, it drives me crazy when I see people act this way. I have a friend who is in the One Direction fandom, and she's one of the few people who are actually mature. I don't know if she's out of them now or not, but she never acted psycho or anything like that. Same thing goes for another friend of mine who was in the Black Brides fandom. She just listens to the music and enjoyed it, which is pretty much the purpose of it. Everybody has like their fan crush or whatever, but there is a fine line between liking a specific person for like their talent or whatever and then being a psycho. Do not cross the line because that could be very bad, and that's why a lot of the times they intimidate the musician or whatever. And I actually have seen that happen. So just learn what the boundaries are and just stay within those boundaries. I think that's pretty much all I have to cover today. So just subscribe for more, I guess. I don't know. I try to upload every week. So bye.